Hi everyone, my name is Ash Morgan. I am the Vice President for Further Education at Highlands and Islands Student Association. So this is just an officer update to let you know what I've been doing over the past sort of month. And I have been busy, very busy. I have been up to lots of stuff to do with freshers. I've attended a couple of events, but been behind the scenes on a few more. I did a blog post for Suicide Prevention Day, which you can find on our website if you go to the blog section, about how it's not so much checking in on each other, it's more about government actually putting in the funding required to fix the situation where there's a lack of care and counsellors right now. But you can read more about that on the post itself. I have been in talks with RASASH as well as one of our student officers about doing sort of workshops or pre-recorded videos to talk about sexual consent between students and other people or just students, and how to be more aware of your own boundaries and other boundaries and respect those boundaries. I've talked about some LGBTQIA funding stuff and some funding streams with our funding procurement person. We've talked about how we can get some more funds for a post maybe, and that would be very exciting in itself. I've talked to Ian Morrison about some invisible disability stuff, making sure that students with invisible disabilities on campuses don't feel pressured into wearing identifying pieces of accessories or clothing like lanyards or badges to say I have an invisible disability, I don't need to wear a mask. Students shouldn't have to feel that they are required to wear that to not wear a mask. They shouldn't be questioned, and there have been talks about that. I've also been in talks about making online freshers events more accessible with subtitling and such for some of our pre-recorded events, to make sure everyone is included as best they can be. I was in digital poverty meetings with UHI to talk about how best to get the laptops that have been supplied to us, well, the funding that has been supplied to us by the Scottish Government, which has then been used to buy laptops and dongles and such, how best to get those to the students who need them most. I was on a quality assurance panel to talk about how transitions in the education sector have been made more difficult by COVID and how we're combating that as an organisation, as UHI and HISA. And I'm doing a case study for them this week, stating that for an article to go out for them. I had a meeting with Highlands Police Force, Hate Free Highland, to talk about how hate crimes are dealt with in the Highlands, and to make sure that reporting them is as easy and as little additional trauma impact as possible. I had a meeting with Jason Leach, well, not me personally, but there was a great meeting with Jason Leach to talk about all things COVID. There was a cross-political party parliamentary group with some MPs to talk about COVID, and I was at the UHI Regional Strategy Committee to talk about how we're moving forward with strategising for UHI. That is everything, and well, that's not everything, but that is the highlights.